Episode 1233. It is Friday for thee. Okay, I try once a week to sing or do something a little silly. This wasn't silly, it was dumb. I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. This is No BS Job Search Advice Radio, episode 1233. And today's show is about situations where you've taken the wrong job. You made a mistake. You know it. Hope you find this helpful. Hope you give it a great review in Apple Podcasts. And I also want to mention, over the weekend, take my classes on Skillshare using the link in the show notes if you decide to subscribe to Skillshare. There's a lot more there than just my shows, or I should say my classes. And if you do decide to join using that link, you'll get 2 months for free instead of just one. And with that, let's get going.
You know, it happens way too often, but sometimes there's a job that you're interested in. It seems so exciting to you, and then you get on board and discover it's not what it was cracked up to be. That's what happened to someone I was representing a while back who declined going on a final interview for me and instead accepted a position that she called her dream job. And it's perfectly understandable that she do this. This video isn't about to complain about that. But the issue is now her dream job is turned into a nightmare. And what do? So when you're put in the position of having to deal with this, I think there are a couple of simple steps to take that will help you figure out whether this is just, a temporary occurrence or something that you need to take action about. And the first thing is to just talk with your colleagues to see whether the circumstances you're in are normal or unusual. Sometimes a firm, sometimes a department or a group is dealing with a crisis of some sort. And as such, it's all hands on deck. People are scrambling around, and all that well-planned, well-organized stuff that your future boss was talking with you about is out the window. You may find out that this is going to be a 1 week or 2 week occurrence every 6 months or so, and that's something that you can tolerate. Or maybe a one-time thing. They've never had this happen before, and thus you can breathe a sigh of relief. I had one person years ago who called me up and when they followed this advice, learned that they were the fifth person in that seat in the last 8 months, 9 months, I don't remember exactly, but some short period of time. And thus, there was a signal in that, quite obviously. So often it's a temporary occurrence, and it's important to find that out. So once you know that, from there, meet with your boss and talk about the circumstances and see how long he or she expects this to go on. Sometimes this change is permanent, like there's a reorg that's putting the department in a different role. And that's happened in 2 or 3 weeks before you started, or in some period of time after your conversations with the firm have ceased and they've gotten into the offer phase. And no one's communicated the change to you. So if this is a permanent change, then you have a decision to make. And frankly, obviously, dust off the resume and start looking for a new position. Don't lie about where you're working or speak bitterly. Speak in matter-of-fact terms that allow people to understand your circumstances. Some people are going to be horrified about what you've decided to do. That's fine. More often than not, you're going to get an empathetic response, as long as you don't act angry, as long as you're not, go ballistic here. And I must all candor say, sometimes employers exaggerate the good qualities of a job without doing a good enough job of describing the difficult parts of it. The result is employees are frequently shocked about what they're stepping into. It's unfair, and it happens. The question is, what do you do about it? I've given you, 2 preliminary steps before dusting off your resume: speaking to colleagues, to see if this is atypical. And then from there, speaking to your boss to understand clearly. And speaking to your boss, I'm not talking about attacking your boss, just trying to understand what's going on, because you had a particular impression of the role based upon what he or she said. You just want to understand.
So that's today's show. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, here are a few ways that I can help you. First of all, you can hire me to coach you throughout your job search in every way imaginable. That includes a resume and or LinkedIn profile critique, interview preparation, helping you with a salary negotiation and or networking, answering your questions about your job search, giving you advice about a decision you have to make once you have the offer. We can work in 30-minute or 1-hour increments throughout your search. And the easiest way to talk with me about it is by connecting with me at linkedin.com/IN/the big game hunter. Mention that you listen to the show. I just like knowing that I'm helping folks. And once we're connected, message me that you're interested in coaching. We'll do a free discovery conversation with one another. If you're not interested in coaching and you just have a few questions, the easiest way to do it is by reaching out to me through the Magnify app for iOS. That's Magnify with an I. Or if you don't have an iOS device, if you're an Android user or you just want to call me on the phone, do it through PrestoExperts.com, where I'm a career coach and job search expert. For those of you who've been listening to the show, you know that I always talk about JobSearchCoachingHQ.com. And recently, we've been changing the focus of the site to really emphasize interviewing and answering tough interview questions. If you join, you'll have access to curated information that you can watch, listen to, or read that's designed to help you find work more quickly, as well as videos and podcasts and other information. Again, an emphasis on interviewing and answering tough interview questions. You can also take my classes on Skillshare and become a premium member using the link in the show notes and get 2 months for free instead of the 1 month that the site offers. And the last thing I want to mention to you is schedule me for lunch. I do it at 12:30 most days, and for now I'm making myself available Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for lunch at 12:30 Eastern Time. We'll meet over Zoom and be able to see one another. You bring something to eat, or if it's early for you, very simply bring some coffee with you. We'll sit and talk for 45 minutes. I'll answer your questions. That's less for $175. That's less than what I charge for comparable time for my coaching. So again, reach out to me through LinkedIn and we'll schedule a time for lunch. Have a great day. Take care.
It only takes one sip of an ice-cold summer drink from McDonald's to give you a quick break from the office, and you're at a party in the Hamptons. You spot future wifey walking up, and she says,
"Can you move your chair?
What?
So I can vacuum under there."
With so many flavors, where will your sip take you?
This summer, come to McDonald's and try a refreshing $2 small McCafe drink like a frozen strawberry lemonade or a $1 any size soft drink. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
There's nothing more predictable in life than the unexpected. Lightning will always strike. Hail will fall on roofs. Fortunately, there's AAA. AAA has been helping members stay prepared for over 100 years. So when unusual storms, fallen debris, or sudden leaks happen, you'll be covered. Check, check, and check. Get an insurance checkup to make sure you have the home and auto coverage that's right for you. Visit AAA.com/checkup or stop by your local AAA store.